Welcome to a new vlog. You will probably be able to tell why I'm in a good mood today. The sun is shining, we've got fresh-ish blooms in the house, and it feels like spring is within touching distance, which always makes me very, very happy. I think spring is actually my favourite time of year. It's a season full of hope. It's a busy season in the garden for seed sowing, for just anticipation in the air to celebrate. I've popped on a pink jumper, got pink flowers in the background, and we're in the kitchen because I've got a few little bits and bobs that I need to do this morning. These should have been weekend jobs, but we actually had quite a busy weekend with family. I did film a few clips, but I'm going to do a little switch around and show you those later on. First thing I need to do this morning is to actually make a veggie broth with my leftover veggie scraps. I've explained this process lots of times before, so I know that lots of you will already be familiar, but I like to keep my veggie scraps in a stasher bag in the freezer, and then when I've got a bag full, which I do, I turn it into a delicious broth, which then I'll make soups from and have it as the base for lots of different recipes. So I'm going to get this on the Ārga, and then we'll move on to task number 2. So I like to do my veggie stock in a heavy bottom pan. This one here is absolutely perfect. This week we also have a blog post that's just gone live, which has got all of the instructions on exactly how to do this, but specifically as a bone broth, which is even more nutritious because then you get all of the goodness from the bones as well. Don't have any this time, so it's just going to be a classic veggie broth. So all of my scraps are in here. This is things like tops of onions, still so much goodness and flavour in there. Bits that I've chopped off leeks. I've even got the ends, now this sounds a bit weird, but the ends of bits of cheese, because that just adds so much flavour. If you've got any leftover herbs, just whack them all in, add a little bit of seasoning, and top it with water, let it boil for a few minutes and bring it down to a simmer for a few hours, and you've got yourself a delicious homemade veggie stock. So this is on the hottest Ārga ring, adding in some salt and pepper, and we'll just wait for this to come up to the boil. Making that veggie stock is just something that I know I'm going to do forever from now on. It's completely free to do, and it just adds so much taste and flavour and goodness into lots of different recipes. I have now got this really nice pasta recipe, which I actually cook the pasta in a veggie stock. It adds so much more flavour, and yeah, it's so easy to do, so I definitely recommend giving that a go. The next thing that I want to do is very much TikTok inspired. I saw someone making an at-home Açai bowl, and it just looked absolutely scrumptious, so I thought I would give it a go, and I'm actually going to try making it extra creamy in my Ninja Creamy. I think I've got all the ingredients that I need, and I'm going to blend them all up in the Thermomix and then see if we can make it ultra creamy. So okay, I've just moved the bone broth or veggie broth over to the slightly cooler hob, and that's just going to simmer pretty much for the rest of the day. A bonus side effect is that the whole house smells amazing when a veggie stock is brewing, and it lasts about a week in the fridge, so you've got plenty of time to add it to lots of different recipes. Now I'm going to film a little TikTok or something to show how I've done the Açai bowl, so I've just set up a cute little station here, and inside my actual Açai I will pop some fruit and nuts and bits on top when it's already churned up. But I've got some frozen blackberries, frozen banana, frozen mango, frozen berries, and some Greek yogurt. I'm also going to pop in some chia seeds, and some of the recipes online say you can add in some honey or peanut butter, but I'm going to try not adding those in at this stage, but add them in at the end so I can actually enjoy those flavours separately. So I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together and then pop it into one of my little Ninja Creamy tubs, and then just freeze it for a couple of hours. With most things with the Ninja Creamy, you've got to freeze for 24 hours. But I figured because my ingredients are already frozen and this is going to be more of like a smoothie bowl than an ice cream, I think a few hours will be absolutely fine. So let's see. Oh, I missed the most important ingredient, the açai. So I get these on Avocado. I think you can get them in Waitrose. The brand is 𝑠ambazon, and it's their unsweetened açai. Crucial part of the recipe. Okay, my açai is in the freezer, probably just for an hour or so until I turn it into my açai pudding. Açai bowl, which is actually going to be my pudding from lunch. By the way, I promise today's whole vlog is not going to be here in the kitchen. There's just a few things that I need to do and prep for the week. Number one is done, veggie broth on the go. Number two, açai. That will probably be 3 days worth of breakfast or pudding, I would say. Next thing I'm going to do is just get my croutons in the 𝑭𝒂𝒕 ready to have with my soup at lunchtime. Soups on Mondays are just a tradition here in the house at Winter. And actually I'm very grateful because my mum made a broccoli and Stilton soup at the weekend, so that's what I'm going to be having. But I have made recently the most delicious croutons ever. They are parmesan and honey croutons. Two flavours I absolutely adore. So really simple. I've got my slightly stale bread, which I've cut up into slightly bigger chunks today. That's going to go in my baking tin. And then as usual, we want them to go nice and crispy, so some olive oil and salt. And you just want to make sure that they are completely coated in that olive oil. It's going to give them that lovely crunch. Now here's where it starts to get seriously delicious. I've got some grated parmesan, which I'm sprinkling on top, and piece de resistance, a drizzle. Oops, I'm running a bit low. Come on. A lovely drizzle of honey, not too much because it can be a little bit sweet for certain soup flavors. And I'm just going to pop these in the oven for 10 minutes or so, keeping an eye on them and giving them a stir halfway. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 style, here's some I made earlier. If your soup is a little bit thick, then obviously you can add some lovely veggie broth into it just to make it a little bit thinner. Okay, my soup is nearly ready. The croutons are out of the 𝑭𝒂𝒕. They smell absolutely amazing. I think by adding cheese, they do brown up and cook a little bit quicker. So just keep an eye on them because there's nothing worse than burning your croutons that you just so lovingly made. So I'm going to pop those on the soup along with my usual seed mix and some microgreens. I actually picked these up from Waitrose yesterday. Obviously I have been growing my own, but yeah, I saw these in the supermarket and I thought the more the merrier. So I grabbed those and some watercress. So I'm going to do my loaded broccoli soup. It's going to be absolutely scrumptious, and while I enjoy this, I'm going to whiz you guys back in time and show you the little snippets that I filmed over the weekend. Good morning, my darlings. It's the weekend and today we had absolutely no plans during the day, so we had a really chill day at home. It was the plan to do a load of gardening today, but Mother Nature had other ideas. It's just been raining non-stop all day. I've got so many layers on because it's absolutely freezing, and I saw a news headline this morning that it's been like the greyest, gloomiest, longest time without sun that we've had in a start to a year ever. And that literally does not shock me in the slightest. If you don't live in the UK, if you live somewhere where you have almost daily sunshine, please never take that for granted, because it is energy sapping when the sky is just dark grey all the time. Like, can you imagine? If you don't live in the UK, I don't even know if you can imagine what it feels like. But I can't complain too much because I do have a trip to the sunshine a work trip, so I'm not going to be like out sunbathing, but just being in some sunshine next weekend. This time next week I will be almost en route to the airport, so counting down those seconds. But I've just come to Waitrose, which is a real fun excursion for me. I don't come to supermarkets very often. In fact, I think this might be my first time in a supermarket this year, because we buy most of our veg in farm shops and most of the kind of boring stuff we get just online. So I always find it quite fun. Very pleased to see that Waitrose have microgreens, and they were on offer, like eat them now or don't waste, too good to waste. So they were like 30p for a tub of watercress, £1 for a big punnet of microgreens. So yeah, I thought that was an absolute bargain. And even though I'm making them at home, it's nice to have some variation. I actually came with the aim of getting some ingredients to make a banana... Ooh, I forgot cream. Oh my gosh, can I be bothered to go back in? No, I can't be bothered to go back in. Okay, we will do... Oh, hang on a minute, do I desperately need cream? I do. We've got to go back in. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Right, take two. Here we go again. These are the microgreens that I just grabbed. I thought that was really good. They are so good for you. And yeah, I grabbed one of these punnets because they were on a special offer. Sorry, but that is quite crazy. I'm gonna get it because of my trip next week, but that is bonkers. Got the goods, adding to my previous shop, and my random purchase of the day. A dragon fruit. Ooh, I got a funny one. No, maybe that's just how they look. I don't think I've ever bought a dragon fruit before. Here we go again. Take two. Yes, I did just go through Waitrose with my hair up in heatless curls, but as you know by now, I just don't really care. But yeah, so the reason I wanted the double cream was because I want to make a banana ice cream for our dessert tomorrow. And upon searching for Ninja Creamy ice cream recipes, I also came across someone making an acai bowl breakfast, kind of smoothie, but more bowl-like. And I just thought that looks like the most sensational breakfast ever. Not very February-ish, definitely more barley than Britain, but yeah, I can't, you know when you see something and you just can't stop thinking about it. So that, I will probably try making that on Monday morning. So that is my shopping done, and it feels exciting. I don't know why I get excited by visiting a supermarket. It's just quite entertaining. It was really busy in there. Anyway, we are going to George and Petra's house tonight for pizzas, and ooh, she's just sent the menu. Ooh, let's see, there's a place called Zonda Pizza, and apparently it's really good in Chipping Norton. Look at all these pizzas. Oh my gosh. Speziale, testa rossa, tricolore, Diablo. Diablo means devil. Nduja and hot honey. Ooh, ay papi, that sounds good. Salami and pesto. Ooh, right, I'm gonna have a Battista with salami, and that's it. Okay, I sent my pizza order in, so yeah, it's gonna be a really nice evening. And then tomorrow we've got Charlie's mum and dad and my mum coming over for a Sunday roast. I'm in charge of the cauliflower cheese. It was actually the cauliflower that was my main reason for coming to the shop today. But anyway, my darlings, I'm gonna get home and then I need to get ready to head out this evening. I was going to make a little pre-pizza salad, but then I thought, would it be just so weird of me to turn up with a homemade salad to have pre-pizza? Maybe that's just a little bit weird. So I'll use the ingredients that I got for that in the roast tomorrow. So let's get going. Okay, home again, and this is everything that I bought in the supermarket. Riveting stuff, I know. So I think I mentioned in the car, but frozen edamame, what a game changer. I thought that would be a really nice little kind of nibbly starter, and really easy to just whack them in some boiling water for a bit, sprinkle some salt on, really yummy. These are for my frozen acai bowl, which I think will be absolutely scrumptious. I'm hoping this might be a little bit like the mango that I had in the Maldives. Fingers crossed. Lasagna sheets, tomato puree, self-explanatory. I want to try doing some air-fried tofu chunks. And yeah, this one sounded good. Plain and self-raising organic flour. mini eggs because 'tis the season. This new Fairy Skip the Soak, when I saw Em in London last week, she'd just been to a launch event of this and she showed me some videos and it looked amazing. So I thought I'd try that with our Sunday roast dishes tomorrow, and this lemon flavour was on an introductory special offer. Cauliflower, Greek yogurt, always the one with the highest amount of fat, and no other strange ingredients in this one. This is a washing machine cleaner because we need to do the dog beds. Double cream, my microgreens that I showed you earlier, some organic dates with stones, which is a little bit more annoying, but these ones look like the nicest quality, and actually they were the only organic ones. So I'm going to do some dates with pistachio tomorrow. Nutritional yeast, because I've noticed it in a few of the recipes I've been trying lately, and then cabbage and kale. One thing obviously that is better about shopping in farm shops is you don't get all this extra unnecessary plastic, but yeah, good to stock up. So that is everything that I bought in my first supermarket shop of 2025. Drum roll please. I used purple shampoo for the first time since getting my hair coloured, and I really do think my hair colour really loves purple shampoo. Got so many layers on. This is a new Borg style fleece from Holland Cooper. It's so cozy. But I'm going to take it off for tonight. So, wow! We've certainly got curls. I'm going to let them drop for a few minutes while I change my outfit ready for heading out for pizza this evening. Really looking forward to that. The one thing that I did film earlier today, that was pretty much the only thing that I've actually achieved today, was my at-home manicure, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. I've got lights behind the camera at the moment because it's so dark, but this is the most beautiful shade from Manicurist, and I wanted to give myself more of a natural manicure. So this is their new green nail polish range, which you don't need a lamp for. It's a really easy really easy 3-step manicure which you can do at home, and they have the most beautiful collection of colours. Everything from these beautiful deep colours. This one is called Clove, and I plan on giving myself a little pedi with this tomorrow. And then, as always, they have got just the most beautiful selection of classic pinky shades. This one is called Old Rose, and I actually used this after the base coat as my first colour before popping on this colour, which is called Carnation. But this is a really lovely collection of nail varnish, no nasty ingredients. It is clean, vegan. I believe this collection is 84% plant-based ingredients, nothing nasty in there, and you can get the entire collection from Manicurist, including these, which are now my absolute favourite thing to use in manicures, these drying drops. So I did film a few clips of doing my at-home mani earlier, but before I show you those, just a little reminder that we do have a discount code with Manicurist, which is Manicurist Josie, which will be on the screen here. That will work on the green nail varnish collection, as well as their nail pampering products and also their LED nail varnishes. I absolutely love giving myself manis at home, and they've got their green flash collection with the lamp, which I've shown you many a time. But if you are looking for something super quick and easy to do, this literally took me 20 minutes. I'll have beautiful gel-like finish for around 7 days. That'll be absolutely perfect, and then I'll change my mind and want a different colour. So I'll leave all of this collection linked down below. But now let me show you how I did it. So starting off with bare nails, I begin with some nail prep, and this helps to remove all traces of grease from the nails for maximum grip and helps to give a really long-lasting hold to the nail polish. After a cup of tea, it's on to the base coat. Now this is a new treatment formula which is actually enriched with ingredients that work on the nail plate to actually strengthen the nails, and then the toughest choice of all, which is which colour to go for. The colours are all so beautiful and they are ultra pigmented with ingredients which enhance the hold of the nail polish. I absolutely loved this Old Rose pink, but I decided to add a pearly finish with Carnation, and I just love how it looks, and this was so speedy to do. Then I used the top coat, which gives a really beautiful gel effect mirror shine, and also the ingredients which enhance the hold and give faster drying time. I finished with the drying drops, which are my new obsession for at-home manicures. They dry and nourish the nails, drying them 2 times faster, and they even have cuticle care ingredients all in one single step. Okay, and just like that, a quick outfit change. I've popped on this ribbed jumper dress. I actually can't remember where this is from, but I will find out and I'll leave it linked down below. I'm gonna brush through the curls now that they have been out for about 10 minutes. Refind my parting. Wow, they're still pretty big. I always love this with heatless curls. It adds a tiniest little bit of hold, but also gives them that kind of volume and texture. I just love how these have turned out. Yay, this is perfect. I think I'm finally getting there with my heatless curl technique. So stinky. I've popped in these little 𝑭𝒆 heart earrings. I feel like throughout the whole of February I just want heart jewellery every day because it's the month of love. And linking to that, kind of, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 by Tom Ford is my fragrance. Do you know what? I've had this fragrance for a long time and yet it still smells just as good on day 500 than it did on day 1. It's not like gone funny or alcohol-y like so many nice fragrances do, and I never finish fragrances, so yeah, this one's got real longevity. This is kind of a little bit cringy, but I have actually got Gucci tights on with this dress. Obviously when you go over to someone's house, I know we're going to be chilling, I'll be taking my shoes off, and I thought, do I go fluffy socks or brown tights? And could I find my plain brown tights? No, so I've ended up with the Gucci ones, which is a bit of a laugh, but there we go. So let's head off and get some pizza. My darlings, it's Sunday morning. We had such a lovely evening with P&G and Chloe and Tom last night. It's a full family weekend this weekend because today Charlie's mum and dad are coming over in half an hour and my brother's here with his children, and my mum is also going to pop over for a Sunday roast a little bit later. So it's been a busy start to Sunday morning. I feel like Charlie and I, we almost don't even need to communicate the roles that we each have when it comes to doing a Sunday roast. I know my jobs and Charlie knows his jobs. I'm on crumble, cauliflower cheese, table laying and house tidying duties, and Charlie is doing the rest of the food. So we've got roast pork today, and when there is roast pork in the oven or in the 𝑭𝒂, in my opinion, there is no better smell. It smells so good in the kitchen right now. This is the calm between the storms. We've had a very busy morning of food prep. I like to label all of my dishes with what's going to go in them. So this will have the cauliflower cheese in it. I made the cheese sauce in the Thermomix, so that's there, staying warm until I'm ready to put that together. They just announced the new design of the new Thermomix yesterday, the TM7, and it looks really cool. So hopefully I will be able to persuade Charlie that we need to upgrade. But I do love my Thermomix. Nothing wrong with this one at all, but yeah, it'll be really cool to see what new features the new one has. Over here, Charlie has got the trivet bubbling away for our super delicious gravy. And I've been slurping a pot of tea. I made up a little concoction with some lovely elderberries in there this morning. And I just keep topping it up. It's getting weaker and weaker the more I drink it and top it up, but it is scrumptious. So we've got the goose fat here ready for the roast potatoes. And then in the pantry, we've got my cabbage ready. I'm gonna actually put some cabbage in with the cauliflower and broccoli cheese. This is the top of the crumbles. We've got oats and flour and butter as you would normally, but then also some chopped hazelnuts and chopped almonds for the top of the crumble. And I'm going to be doing a raspberry, or actually a mixed berry and rhubarb crumble. These are the remnants that Charlie's been using for the trivet, so the end of the celery, the ends of the leeks and things like that, that I'll be making my broth with a little bit later. Little herb station update as well. My sweet pea shoots are starting to come through, as are these little microgreens. These ones I need to sort out, they're done. No signs of life with my spring onion or spinach seedlings here, but hopefully a few more days. And here, nothing yet from my celery, but we have got a few little poppy seedlings starting to come up. Okay, it's a couple of hours later now. We've just been over at Lola's and all having nice coffees and catching up together, and I'm now going to get started on the main part of the crumble, the fruit bit. I was actually planning on it being just rhubarb and mixed berries, but Lola has got some frozen apple that she saved from the apple trees at the end of last summer, so I'm going to be using my homegrown rhubarb. This is also great because it means I'll get the stasher bag back, and the apple that Lola peeled and chopped up at the end of last summer. So I'm going to add in my spices, a little bit of sugar, and create a really lovely compote for the crumble. Everything's going well, but we may have had a little bit of a burning situation of the veggies that the pork was on. So this is the perfect opportunity to give this a try. If it sorts this out, I will be so impressed. Do not add water. For heavy soils, leave product to act up to 20 minutes before loading in the dishwasher. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for 20 minutes. And let's see if this really is as good as it looked online. Okay, let's see. This has been 20 minutes. I've got to say that has taken off a lot, but not quite everything. So I am just going to leave that to soak for another 20 minutes or so. Hello again, my darlings. So we have now hopped forward in time. We're back to Monday. I have got a very needy child this morning. Dicky has these days where just everything seems to scare him, and I don't even know what has scared him today, but he's basically just always jumping up at me, asking to be held, and as you can see, he's just like a rag doll. He just kind of drapes himself around me when he's in these needy moods. I mean, look at his little arm, he's clinging on. He is such a precious child. So I've had my broccoli soup. If you cast your minds back to that, it was scrumptious. And I've made myself a nice little coffee, afternoon pick-me-up. And now, seeing as I've got the Ninja Creamy out and I'm about to whiz up my Açai, I thought I would also prepare something for the rest of the week as well. And call me crazy, but I hate throwing away any ingredients. So I saved some egg whites. Why did I even use egg yolks? Can't remember what I made that included egg yolks. Have no idea, but I clearly did something that needed just egg yolks. So I've got my egg whites, and I know that to make a sorbet, a fruit sorbet, really creamy and wonderful, it's nice to add egg whites in. I'm gonna have to pop you down just while I put this together, baby. I'll wash my hands in a second. Oh, he's so sad. And as you saw yesterday, I grabbed the frozen mango frozen mango from Waitrose. So sorbet is just frozen fruit, sugar, a little bit of lemon juice and egg white. So I'm going to blend that all together and then pop it in my little Ninja tub, ready to make sorbet. Okay, mango sorbet is in the freezer and açai is out. This has probably been in the freezer for a grand total of 4 hours. Ninja obviously recommend for ice cream that you do 24 hours, but that would be with non-frozen ingredients and for ice cream, whereas I don't mind if this is a little bit kind of sloppier, let's say. So I'm in the mood for a sweet treat, so hopefully this is going to work. Let's give it a spin. Wow, this has turned out so amazingly. Look how creamy this is. I'm gonna spoon this into my bowl and enjoy an indulgent homemade açai bowl. Oh, I decided why use a normal bowl when I could use a champagne coupe. We're gonna make this a bougie and fabulous açai glass. Safe to say I am seriously chuffed with this creation. If I was having girlfriends over for brunch, I would pre-make a load of these, or you could even do like a build your own açai. But how amazing to serve your friends this, or just treat yourself to something a little bit fabulous. Now I realise that obviously this is quite time consuming and I have the luxury of filming videos at home, so I've been able to do this with a excuse of creating YouTube and TikTok content around it as well. But this is the kind of thing, especially the açai, you could just pre-make it at the weekend and then scoop a few spoonfuls out in the mornings and add whatever toppings you like. Now I don't think that I would be over-exaggerating to say this is one of the most delicious things I have ever made at home. That is going to be a breakfast staple. Now I, as you know, can't bear for things to go to waste, so the little bit that's left in my Ninja Creamy tub, I'm going to make that into a protein shake smoothie for tomorrow morning after my gym session. So I'm going to whack it in the blender along with other bits and bobs I've got, like nuts and a banana. And I've also now got Irish sea moss gel. This is from a company called the Moss Way, and I went on a little bit of an internet dive looking for the best sea moss that I could find after my trip to the US. Obviously the 𝑭𝒉𝒏𝒅 smoothie in Air One contains sea moss, and I thought there must be somewhere local that I can get really good quality sea moss. And it turns out this company, they are based in Ireland, definitely closer than LA, that's for sure. They have been harvesting sea moss for generations, and in this delivery they actually popped in a little information booklet, and it says in here, Irish sea moss is a type of red algae that grows on the Atlantic coastline along the west coast of Ireland. It was crucial during Ireland's potato famine due to its nutritional density and health benefits. It's now finding new fame as a powerful superfood. You can put it in loads of different recipes, but my favourite way of doing it, I could actually have put it in the açai bowl, but I like to put a good dollop in smoothies. This is the elderberry one. Elderberry alone has so many different health benefits, so I feel like elderberry and sea moss is a great combo. It says the benefits include healthy weight management, supporting your gut health and your microbiome, supporting your immune system, natural energy production, protects and nourishes your skin, naturally full of minerals and vitamins, promotes brain health, thyroid function, nurtures emotional well-being. There are so many benefits. It says, yeah, harvested by 4th generation family in County Clare. I'm sure that's where Charlie's dad's from. Charlie's half Irish. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever shared that on here before. They've been handpicking organic seaweed for over 100 years and use a regenerative approach to protect the ocean's biodiversity. There are a lot of keywords in that sentence that I absolutely love. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful family business creating and selling amazing products. Didn't know they did this, but this is their sea moss capsules. So yeah, I guess you can just take them as a supplement. Also contains ashwagandha and passion flower. We've also got mellow moss capsules. Oh my goodness. And they do a spicy moss seasoning. That could be something really lovely. I can actually smell it to pop on my avocado toast. Add to your meals. This seasoning goes well with spicy dishes, suitable for vegans. Contains Irish sea moss, black pepper, paprika, cumin, chili flakes, chili powder, turmeric, and kombu. Oh my goodness. And then we've got more of a kind of herby one. Herby moss seasoning. Irish sea moss, kombu, black pepper, thyme, basil, marjoram, oregano, and parsley. I just love things like this, where the ingredients are really good quality, packed with nutrients, and I just realised that my phone has been on in the background that entire time. That's my little setup for filming things for shorts videos. I hope I don't get any scandalous text messages come through in the background during that. I bet someone will be funny enough that they will actually rewind or watch that clip back in slow motion to see if I got any scandalous text messages during that time. I don't think I did. I'm joking. I have no gossip. What was I saying? Yeah, just a really lovely company, and I'm intrigued to try more of their products than just the sea moss. So anyway, without further ado, ooh, they may have shared a discount code with us. If they have, you guys know the drill by now. There'll be a QR code popping up on the screen here, and I'll pop a link down below. Ooh, smells earthy. So for tomorrow's protein shake, and as I said, I'm not sure that we need extra protein supplements, but after a workout, I do love a smoothie. And actually the Wild Nutrition protein powder has got loads of other things in it as well. Super greens, mushrooms, vitamin B12, etc. I've already got banana, kefir, frozen berries, and nuts in here. I'm going to pop in 2 tablespoons of the sea moss gel, and this goes out of date on the 7th of March, so you do want to refrigerate it and use it quite quickly. They do have little taster sets as well, which has smaller jars if you're not sure that you'll get through this in time. And that was how I tested out loads of their flavours, and highly recommend. I've also got the original one here. I don't find the flavours too overpowering, but if you're going to put this in a soup or something, then you might want to consider the original. And then I'm going to pop in some of my açai. Oh, I've just realised I bought that dragon fruit yesterday to put it on my açai bowl, and I completely forgot. Never mind. I'll just top with some almond milk and blend it up. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I'm getting seriously bored of this kitchen. I've been doing too much in here this morning. Today it's 3 p.m. now. I actually need to go upstairs to try on an outfit for an upcoming event. And I'm not going to show that to you because I want to reveal it at the event itself. But while I do that, I am going to leave you with a little bit of footage that I filmed. I think I filmed on Friday when I had an H&M delivery, and then we're going to go out and do a tiny bit of gardening. I think at this time of year, when it's still very cold outside, little and often is the best thing to do when it comes to gardening, but we'll do that in a moment. For now, I'm going to whiz you back and just show you a few of the H&M pieces that I ordered last week.
Okay, my darlings, you might be thinking, I thought that dress was from Anthropologie. It is. It's the bag which is from H&M, and I thought it was so similar to my Bali handbag that I had to grab it as an affordable alternative. These PJs, oh my goodness, they are so cute. I love the material of them. They've got these cute little heart print on them, and I love the fact that they're shorts. You can see it's like a brushed linen kind of cotton finish, and this sweet little pocket. I just think they're absolutely adorable. This one's a little bit sexier. We've got this chocolatey brown, what would you call it, little matching set, and I need to size up. That's what I was showing you there. Italian looking lace around the edges. I thought it was really beautiful, but yeah, I definitely need to size up. So these blouses and trousers I thought was so great for elevating a workwear wardrobe. I love this colour combo. Yes, it's very sheer, so I need to find a cute little vest top to wear underneath. The trousers had the most beautiful pleating detail, but I might be tempted to add my own belt. It came with this one which is attached, but it'd be easy to snip this off. I loved the blouse so much that I grabbed it in brown as well. It kind of reminds me a bit of my Holland Cooper ones, but a lot more sheer. We know that sheer is a big trend for 2025, and I just love a bow detail. But again, I need to find a little lacy bralette or vest top to wear underneath, but still very cute. Another pair of PJs, and I love the pattern on these even more. It's got this really delicate spring floral print. How cute is that? The material is so gorgeous. And I do like a full leg length in pyjamas, and this pocket detail is so sweet. So these are just adorable. Love them. That noise was Dexter, by the way, having a little groan. Okay then, my Dexy. Oh, the best stretch in the world. That was the best stretch in the world.
Okay, my darlings, welcome back from that little H&M try on. This is the most higgledy-piggledy vlog of all time. Yes, we're back in the kitchen. Thank goodness I've got all these bits to integrate into the vlog, otherwise we literally would have been stood in the same spot all day. I've just done my little try on. I'll tell you what it was for. It's for Cheltenham races, which I always love to go to with Holland Cooper. And this year, I'm not wearing anything new. I'm just pulling together a really beautiful, classic, very me outfit with bits that I've already got in my wardrobe. So I think because I've just pulled together bits that I already have and love, I think it's the year that I'll feel most myself in my outfit, which I'm really looking forward to. So I've probably got a million seeds in my teeth from my smoothie. Couldn't resist having some after my Açai bowl. And now I'm just going to take my veggie stock off the heat. It's been on the heat for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. It was about 9 that I put it on this morning, and it's now 4 o'clock. So I'm going to let it cool down, and then we'll strain it, and then the veggie stock can live in the fridge until I'm going to use it. It smells so good. This is my new little gilet, by the way, from Holland Cooper, which I know is going to be my gardening best friend this spring and late winter. It's got the most gorgeous texture to it. I think I might have showed you this earlier in the vlog anyway, when I was in the car park, but yeah, it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, so cozy. So my stock, because it was lightly simmering for those 7 hours, the water has really infused so much flavour from all of these ingredients, all the onion, leek, garlic, celery, and it's reduced quite a lot. So it's going to be quite concentrated, which is great, but I'm not going to do the straining for another half hour or so. We've actually got a meeting here at the house now with Paul, who is plumber, decorator, painter extraordinaire, and he's going to take a look at the recovery room where you saw me doing my reformer Pilates this morning, because that room needs there's some like holes in the wall that need filling in, and we want to paint it. So we just want to make sure that he is familiar with the room, and he's popping over very, very shortly. But I'm just going to spend the next 10 minutes preparing one of my raised beds for the new compost that needs to go on, because at the moment it's covered in weeds. So I need to pull out all the weeds. If you saw my ASMR preparing your kitchen raised beds video, you'll know that that is step 1. That was a really nice video. It was very satisfying, the sounds of the weeds all coming out the ground. I will leave a link down below if you missed it. Dickie looks like he's been asleep for 1,000 years. Have I awoken you? Have I awoken you from your slumber, my sweet gentleman? Have I awoken you? Yes, I have got sausage dogs on my socks. Mummy, it's really embarrassing how obsessed you are with sausage dogs. Mummy, it's so embarrassing. At this point, I feel like I'm just destined to stay in the kitchen all day. Paul got here a little bit early, so we've just been up to look at the recovery room, and I think everything that we want to do is possible, which includes changing the lights. I don't know if you noticed this morning during my reformer session, it's spotlights in there, which are just the most unflattering lighting of all time. If you ever renovate a room, avoid ceiling spotlights at all costs. They are horrible. That's one of the reasons I don't love filming in my dressing room as well, because the downlight is just not very nice. So we're going to look at putting wall lights in, which is so much more flattering. So it's been about half an hour up there, which means I can now drain my veggie broth. Ooh, look at that colour. I probably should have done a bit more water because this is quite a small quantity, but it'll be quite concentrated, so this will add so much flavour to my soups that I make this week. Just going to leave this to drain for 5 minutes while I empty the dishwasher. It's as though they knew I was coming down to do a bit of gardening in the raised beds, because this is where you've chosen to hang out this afternoon. 𝑑exy, I don't need any help with digging, thank you. No. Actually, to be fair, I do. You're quite on the ball. 𝑑exy, what are you looking for? So what I actually do need to do, 𝑑exy, if only I could train you to dig up the weeds. Look, 𝑑exy, this is what Mummy needs to dig up. Can you help with this? Yeah? Can you help Mummy dig up the weeds? Just pulling these all out before I, thanks 𝑑exy, before I add a nice layer of mulch in the next few days. It's a really satisfying job, but one that I just haven't got around to yet. Good evening, my darlings. It's a few hours later. I'm about to go to bed, as you might be able to guess from my appearance right now. My camera battery died after showing you that little bit of gardening, but it was so wonderful just to get a couple of hours out in the garden. I feel like it always just does wonders for my brain. If my brain is doing too much, then just a little bit of time out in the garden always seems to fix everything. My bedside reading is this book, which is the Almanac. It was one that was in my stocking from Charlie at Christmas, and I've actually finished this month already. I'm about to move on to March, but it's really fascinating because it tells you so many different things month by month, ranging from what's happening with the sea and the tides, the moon movements, ancient astronomy, what's happening in the sky, the megalith of the month. But the section that I find the most interesting is obviously gardening by the month and gardening by the moon, which is really, really fascinating. So apparently, as we move into the last quarter to the new moon, it's a dormant period. So from tomorrow, no, from a couple of days time, it's saying don't sow or plant anything, but it is a good time for pruning. This is from the 21st to the 27th of February. So prune your apples and pears, prune your autumn fruiting raspberries. The period that I'm in right now, up to the 20th of February, it's the drawing down energy from the moon. So a good time to sow or plant any crops that develop below the ground, like bulbs or root crops, artichokes, onions, leeks. So that's really interesting. Obviously, I did some spring onions recently, so that is gardening by the moon according to the Almanac. Just something new to try this year, gardening based on the moon, something a little bit different. So if anyone has had any experience with this, let me know. I'm really fascinated. So I'm gonna head to bed now. Charlie and I are watching the first season of Unforgotten. We're going back and rewatching it, even though we've watched it before. And I've also been watching apple cider vinegar on Netflix about Mel Gibson, which is just shocking me all over again. Even though I knew the story, it's just wild. But I'd love to know what you guys are watching. Let me know if there's anything, particularly anything old, that's like your favourite thing of all time, because I feel like there's a lot of good stuff on right now, but there are some real corkers that maybe we haven't seen before, so let me know. But that's where I'm going to end the vlog, my darlings. Still loving my nails. Don't forget Josie Manicurist, make sure you spell it with a U, not Manicurist, for your discount, and that includes the green range that I've used, the LED, all of their accessories, so definitely worth treating yourself to. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Good night.